Brought to you by Usual Suspects.
It's the Find a Boxer game, and we looking for the big fish. Purchase your box for a chance of winning $240. Here's how. 1 out of 48 boxes has a missing boxer inside. Purchase your box or boxes by Cash Apping, $ usual 50/50. Include your box number, name, and email address, and your box number will be sent to you ASAP.
UsualSuspect6.com.
This time, each box will cost $10. That's right, I said $10. Remaining proceeds will go to the LDBC meet and greet, August 9th and 10th.
It's a Usual Suspect thing.
She just lose, bro. Yo, what it do, man? It's your boy 503 Line, man. Hard Hitter Sports and Entertainment. Apologies, man. I'm having some technical difficulties. StreamYard froze up on me. I was trying to send the links out to my brothers, man, the Usual Suspects, man. I was trying to send the links out to my guys. We are live, man. Two-Face Tuesday. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Is your boy 503 Line. Be sure to smash the like button. Come on in, man. Get in the chat. Let me know who up in here. I see Queen 71 is in the building. George Smith is in the building. We're going to get to some commercials real quick from my sponsors. And I am going to try to get my laptop in order, y'all. Apologies.
Brought to you by Usual Suspects.
Say a couple of 100 yards down the road, I gave myself 50-50.
UsualSuspect6.com.
I'm tired of this, man. I'm sick of worrying about brick cars. I'm sick of worrying about the government. I can't eat.
It's a Usual Suspect thing.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
When we first hooked up, he wrote on a slip of paper, I need money. I said, shit, me too. And we started making it together after that.
To live is to risk it all. Otherwise, you're just an inert chunk of randomly assembled molecules drifting wherever the universe blows you.
Come on, everyone. Keep healthy, keep healthy. Come on, everyone.
Fight6.com.
All right. Mic check, man. It's telling me, camera off, man. It's telling me my Wi-Fi is acting crazy. StreamYard acting crazy. Um, Hopefully y'all can hear me, man. It's the Wi-Fi is playing games, it's jumping up and down. I appreciate everybody for tuning in, though. Like I say, this Two-Face Tuesday. We're gonna get into some double standards and hypocrisies in the sport of boxing. This is something new that I'm trying to do. I hope y'all like it and support it. And yeah, man. So basically, what I wanted to talk about today is a couple things I've been seeing, listening to on the internet. I'm hearing a lot of people bring up the fact about all these guys over the weekend. So we had Devin Haney, we had Monster Inoue. We had Devin Haney, we had Monster Inoue, we had Ryan Garcia, we had Rolly. It was a great event of boxing. Great events of boxing this weekend, you know what I'm saying? But I'm starting to see a whole lot of different type of energy being projected out there, man. And y'all know my motto. My motto is keep that same energy. And we gonna point out a bunch of different things, man, that's been going on in the sport of boxing from our point of view, our perspectives. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're gonna keep it real on this end. It ain't gonna be no biasness, it ain't gonna be no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I respect everybody's opinion. You know what I'm saying? We don't gotta all think alike. You know, we don't gotta all feel the same, man, and that's cool. But you know, I'm finna point out the multiple faces that we have in this shit. You know what I'm saying? Two-Face Tuesday. So without further ado, man, I got my brother that just pulled up on me, man, the good Dr. KG. What's going on with it, bro?
What's up with you, Five, man? What's going on, chat? I'm damn like 2 times out of the year, like when the weather changes, like from winter to spring and from summer to fall, I tend to lose my voice. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting the start of it now because I'm getting like the I guess the mucus build up or whatever, where I'm kind of like got a little cough or whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, y'all enjoy my voice for the next few days while y'all can, because I think by the weekend it's probably gonna fade. So yeah. But other than that, what's going on with you, man? We said Two-Face Tuesday. I ain't never heard of that before.
Yeah. I'm coming a little different, K. Yeah, you back on your Quiet Storm DJ vibes, ain't you?
I guess so right now, man. I'm trying to take it easy on the vocal cords.
I feel you. But yeah, like I say, man, I wanted to talk about a little bit of different stuff tonight. And just check the temperature of the boxing community, like the double standards in boxing. So I'm gonna ask you, bro, to start off the show with. So we seen all these great cards, these great events put together over the weekend. We seen different perspectives on the internet from different people, different channels and whatnot. So now we can kind of talk about the Monster Inoue performance. So Monster Inoue now is being deemed a warrior. He's been deemed one of the greatest boxers, one of the best pound for pound guys. You know, he got dropped, he got up, and you know he knocked out his opponent. We also seen Ryan Garcia get knocked out, right? I mean, knocked down. We seen Devin Haney get knocked down. But you know, when Devin Haney got knocked down, he was considered to be chinny. So, like, what's your take on all of the different categories that these boxers are being put in? Like, would you say that Monster Inoue is a warrior, or is he chinny? Is, you know what I'm saying? Like how do you feel about all that?
Well, first, Devin can't be called chinny because that fight didn't happen, and Ryan was dirty, so it don't exist. So you can't. So that's the exemption. You got to read the fine print. You got to read the fine print. That's the exemption. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you sure right.
Though we seen him get clipped by Linares and take like almost like a round and a half to recover. You know what I'm saying? So it does still fall true as to what you're asking, you know what I'm saying, in this situation. And being chinny doesn't have anything to do with your heart. You know what I'm saying? Because you can have the heart to get knocked down and get back up. We've seen fighters do that. You know what I'm saying? We've seen fighters like Manny Pacquiao get dropped 3 times in a fight and come back and win the fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's that happens. The thing is what you do once you get back up. How long does it take you to get your faculties back in order? Can you change the tone from that point and now be the person that's producing majority of the offense, putting your opponent on the back foot? Can you get back to boxing and start outclassing your opponent? You get what I'm saying? So how long does it take you to get back to that position to be able to do any of that? And in Monster Inoue's case, him getting dropped, and if you watch boxing, him being dropped is not because I want to say because his opponent has power. I want to say the 2 knockdowns that he's had from Louis Neary and Cardenas, if you look at it, the way he fights, he is coming, you know what I'm saying, all gas, no brakes at times. So that is something that everybody should look at as a tool to try to capitalize on him, because when he comes forward and he gets you, his feet end up coming together. And since he is throwing barrages of punches, of course your hand is going to be down, especially the way he's fighting. So he's not snapping back traditionally, hand going right back to the jaw, going back to the phone to the ear on both sides. He's not doing that. He's pretty much unloading, and everybody that has thrown that left hook, it's almost like a blind left hook that they throw. So it's a flaw that he has, that he is able to get caught when he is overzealous. But upon going down, he takes his time getting up. He takes the 8 count. You know what I'm saying? He gets himself together. And when he gets back up, he doesn't go on a retreat. He doesn't get on a bicycle. He doesn't start holding. The man looks like he locks back in and starts turning the tide back. And next thing you know, you start see him put the squeeze on whoever his opponent is. And shortly after, we see that opponent gets crumbled up. So that right there, that is not chinny at all. That is me being neglectful of my own defense. That's not chinny. I'm being neglectful of my defense because of the offense I'm trying to produce, where I leave myself in the open because of, you know what I'm saying, my lack of defense. So that's not chinny. That's just me lacking defense when, you know what I'm saying, I'm not, you know what I'm saying, I'm being neglectful of my own defense.
Right. So I'm gonna say this. Monster Inoue does have some defensive flaws, but he gets tag put on him. He's a warrior. He goes out in blood, guts, and glory, and he puts on a show. So he gets all this love.
You know why?
From go ahead, tell me why.
You know why? Because close your eyes and have his translator do all the talking, and just imagine him being white. He's what America wants as you know what I'm saying, the grit to be able to then get dropped and get up and beat the shit out of your opponent. Get up and stop your opponent. You know what I'm saying? That's the American white dream right there. You know what I'm saying? Having a fighter that can beat you up. You know what I'm saying? Can come in, can be fast, all gas, pretty much no brakes. And if you do get hit in the midst of it, you bite back down and you go get your opponent. You know what I'm saying? That's white America's dream of what they want any division fighter to look like. They do that. So Inoue is Japan's version of that, and America, you know what I'm saying, in a sense, is trying to embrace that. Hence them how T-Mobile, you know what I'm saying, was packed out the way it was.
Right.
I'm not saying they was all there to see him, but a good amount of people was there to see Monster come into town, because it was a lot of them critics saying he don't come into town. So I guarantee you a lot of those people that say that, they were there to see, was he really going to beat it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. A hater going to buy a ticket faster than your fan.
My thing is this, and that's absolutely 100% correct. My thing is this, big bro. I think with Monster Inoue, just his style is just more fan friendly, more exciting. Right. So he can reel in a bunch of people because they know when they go to a Monster Inoue fight, whether it's in America or in Japan, we know what Monster Inoue is coming to do.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't coming up in there to ballerina around the ring left to right and don't throw no punches. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people that we associate ourselves with that's a part of the community. Hell, even people in the Usual Suspects, they not too fond of Monster Inoue, and I understand why. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? You can't relate to somebody that don't look like you or that don't speak your native tongue. I understand that. But at the end of the day, this is boxing.
Mm-hmm.
If we are boxing fans, if we are boxing content creators, if we are looking through this just through a boxing lens, bruh, Monster Inoue is what we want to see.
Yeah.
In my estimation. And I was listening to the show yesterday. Salute to Cadillac Red, salute to Bullshit on the Beltway, salute to you and all fella Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Y'all had a great show yesterday. I wish I could have been a part of it. All of the discrediting of Monster Inoue, because I know a lot of people were saying, you know, he hide out in Japan and he wrap his hands a certain way and he do this and he do that. You know what I'm saying? I said from the beginning, bro, I say, look, man, when Monster Inoue fights these tougher Mexican opponents, because that's what Cardenas was. He was a tougher Mexican opponent. Luis Nere is a former champion. You know what I'm saying? He got caught with the same exact punch. And I'm not making no excuses for him, because I even said to Act, I say, look, bro, if he go up probably one more weight class and fight maybe a Shushu or one of those guys at 126, you know, he might have problems. You know what I'm saying? He might don't get up from that left hook. You know what I'm saying? But Monster Inoue is, to me, I think what boxing fans really want to see. But it all depends on your preference as well. Like if you into, you know, knockouts, or you know, you want to see action, that's what you're gonna get in a Monster Inoue fight.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't like the fact that we also can say oh, well, Devin Haney is chinny, or Devin Haney is boring, or Devin Haney is a he's all these different things. You know what I'm saying? I think Devin Haney displayed a lot of grit and heart in his previous fights. You know what I'm saying? Even though we supposed to forget about the Ryan Garcia fight, and it technically it never happened on paper.
But he still displayed dog in that
Man,
fight because
yeah, he did, bro. He did, and that's one thing that I gotta salute him for. Now, over this past weekend, right? He displayed he he displayed some great boxing, some good boxing, and now he's been deemed as a he's been deemed as a master boxer, right? But I can remember, you know, Shakur Stevenson kind of displaying that same type of performance, and he got labeled as being boring. You know, so some people saying Dev was master class boxer, great boxing, whatever the case may be. Some is saying, oh, he's boring. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get into all those different things. I got my boy Art fell up in here, aka the mad scientist. Man, what's going down with it, Art?
Yeah. What to do, what you're saying, where to go on. It's your favorite guy, your most hater, Art Filler, back for another one. Two-Face Tuesdays with Mr. Texas Dread, 503 Lion. In the dig. Salute to the good doctor. Salute to the rest of the usual suspects. 7. I see you, OG Kano. And of course, salute to the chat. What we dealing with today? What we dealing with today, 5?
Well, man, this show was motivated by bullshit on the Beltway. I was listening to y'all this morning on my way to work, and I seen y'all was having some good dialogue about the Monster Inoue fight. I'm gonna ask you, bro. Two-Face Tuesday, man. I want to kind of point out the double standards in boxing and what we dealing with today. So, in your eyes, in your mind, or do you feel like Monster Inoue should be defined as a warrior by displaying heart and grit, by getting up off the canvas multiple times and getting a knockout, versus a guy in Devin Haney who got up multiple times in his fight with Ryan and was still able to, you know, not quote unquote not win, but you know, he still won, he still won in his situation or whatever. How do you feel about that?
I feel that we saw warrior tactics. Inoue played the warrior song on Sunday, where boxing fans showed up Friday and Saturday expecting to hear a symphony of music, and everything was just off key. But finally Sunday, somebody came through and played that warrior song and that warrior's rhythm. The same rhythm we saw a couple weeks back with Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. So it's definitely appreciative to see a guy of his magnitude, once again, 3-time undisputed champion, and for him to get up off the canvas and fight the way he fights after he gets knocked down it's absolutely commendable, especially when we saw what took place on previous days with the same caliber, his same caliber kind of contemporaries, so to speak. So yeah, I don't think it's a reach to label Monster Inoue as a warrior. He showed he like I said, he played that warrior song. He's done it 2 fights in a row in a sense. And we was going back and forth on the Beltway about, is he chinny? And in my opinion,
Right.
I had to educate and say, hell no, he ain't chinny. Just like the good doctor said earlier, it's what you do after you get dropped. And after Inoue gets dropped, there's no residual effects. You don't see him skating and sliding across the ring. You don't see him backpedaling. You don't see him initiating the clinch. You see him, going out for blood. You see him coming forward. You see him back fully, if not fully recovered. He has a great poker face to show that he hasn't been affected from no knockdown. So that's all you can ask. Sometimes, especially with the way sometimes he does come in reckless, and sells out with his combinations, you're liable to get caught. And when he does get caught and put down, he shows the fortitude to get back up and more times than enough dominate the round after that. So that doesn't constitute chinniness. Like the good doctor was saying, it constitutes a flaw in his defense, or in my opinion, it constitutes defensive irresponsibility when you're, putting the gas on with no brakes. But that's my take.
Okay. Salute to the chat. I see my boy Conor Loco. He say he ain't watched the fight. Queen say he a warrior. Felix say I like Monster. Can't hate at this point. Okay. I'm gonna ask you this, all fellas. So, would you deem, or would you put Devin Haney in the box as being a warrior as well? Because I mean, he got up, and he took a good shot from Linares, and I mean, how do you feel about the defensive flaws of Devin Haney, if you see any?
Like the good doctor put it before, that fight never happened. So what we're basing Dev's defense on is the one little lapse he had against Jorge Linares. Other than that, he was getting touched up in the Lomachenko fight. But he constituted, to me, a good chin. I didn't see him physically wobbled or he wasn't put on his pockets in that fight. He was able to backpedal and clinch at times when he needed to, when the pressure was too hot. But I think at the end of the day, he scored the more effective punches, and definitely in the early course of the fight. When he went over to Australia twice, we didn't see any defensive lapses. We didn't see any type of chinniness with him going against Kambosos. And if niggas want to play the triangle theory, the same boy George Kambosos put Tio down. Is Tio chinny? You know what I mean? So it could be easy to say that Dev has some defensive lapses, or Dev is chinny, but I necessarily don't believe that. I had to go back and watch the fight between Dev and Jose Ramirez, because when it was playing live I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't impressed at all. I detested the fight, and I still after watching it the second time, I still detest the fight, but I don't detest it as much because I hear these words of masterclass in regards to Devin Haney's performance. And when I first heard that, I definitely wasn't in agreement. But after the second time watching, no, it wasn't a masterclass. But yes, we saw Dev box with defensive responsibility first and foremost. We saw Dev land the better punches in the fight. Therefore, that's the dub, because Jose Ramirez didn't do nothing. Didn't do nothing to execute or benefit off of what seemed from the outside eye to be some timidness and some uneasiness, uncomfortableness when it came to Dev. But at the end of the day, when once again rewatching that fight, I can see why some of the fans and family believe it was a master class, because he really didn't get touched much. But from my opinion, it's a performance that still lacked the desire, lacked the Warriors rhythm, the Warriors song that we saw last week, once again with Eubank and Ben, and then on Sunday with Naya Inoue. Even though this man has a fight already lined up with MJ, he could have took it upon himself and just coast the rest of the fight after, you know what I mean, and not take no risks. But he took it upon himself to take it out. Some of the criticism that Dev's gonna be getting is for that reason, because it didn't seem like he wanted to go the extra route by taking out Jose Ramirez when he has more than enough ability to do that. He has more than enough to build ability to further separate himself and make it a more, at least, pleasurable fight to watch on the eyes. But that didn't happen. Let's be real. That didn't happen. But what did happen is he did show some defensive responsibility. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, I appreciate. Go ahead, Kay.
I was gonna say, like I said on your show, it would have been a 180 if he had looked comfortable, like settled, if he was able to settle himself. Like, I understand what everybody was saying, and I never cared about the copy box numbers. It was just the fact I wanted to see it be more efficient. You know what I'm saying? Because he wasn't settled. You looked at his damn shoulders, he was tight. His feet, they was all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So if, like, and with me seeing both of those boxes as checked off, it looked skittish. You know what I'm saying? It didn't look defensive. It looked more so, I looked kind of, don't hit me. You get what I'm saying? Or, I mean, versus, yeah, nigga, you missed that one. Yeah, you missed that one too. It wasn't, I felt confident. It was, don't hit me. Don't hit me. That's what it felt like to me. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care about him stopping Jose Ramirez or beating him up, or, you know what I'm saying? It was more so you had somebody that was in front of you that wasn't throwing. He was throwing less than you. So set something up, build the fight. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, it would have looked more convincing when people go to criticize it, because Dev could have knocked Jose Ramirez out in the first round and they still was going to criticize him. You get what I'm saying? They would say, what took him so long? You get what I'm saying? So they would have you're still going to get criticized. But based on his performance and you're not looking settled, that's where the blurred lines come in with the numbers, the lackluster performance, because it didn't look like you were throwing. It didn't look like Jose was damn throwing. So it was, in order for this to have been a masterclass, Jose not throwing and being right there, tailor-made in your wellhouse where you could have jabbed, be lateral, jab, be lateral, step off, 45 and spin out, you know what I'm saying? Make him look bad in the process. You get what I'm saying? Because if you're just going to be in front of me not throwing, I'm going to step around you. I'm going to make you, I'm going to touch you as I'm doing it. And I'm going to, matter of fact, I ain't got to touch you because that's not the game plan. I'm going to just slip and get out of there and get my back off of the ropes. I want to not look this way. You get what I'm saying? So the criticism is going to be there because of how it looked. He won convincingly because, like I said, he had a guy that wasn't producing too much in front of him. And I like to beat up the opponent also because, like, he wasn't cutting the ring off. But at the same time, if he wasn't cutting the ring off and he needed his feet to be set to throw, then you should have been producing things when his feet weren't settled, setting something up, frustrating him, making him get reckless with his own punches, if that's the case. Like I said, you could have styled on him. This could have been like an actual show. You could have still kept yourself out of harm's way. But like I said, you would have had to have been settled. You would have had to been comfortable. You would have had to been completely confident with the game plan that you was trying to implement. You know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the case. You looked like you was almost, please don't hit me. Please, you know what I'm saying? In a lot of those cases. So, like I said, if he had looked more settled, a lot of the people that's damn shitting, they wouldn't be able to, because I'll be defending Dev more because I'm like, nah, that man looked poised in there. This man looked so relaxed. He actually, you know what I'm saying? You would have heard me say he pulled off a master class. You know what I'm saying? You would have heard me say something to that effect, but it didn't look masterful because you didn't look comfortable. You beat the man because the man wasn't producing. You just didn't look comfortable. So it wasn't anything masterful to me. It was a good win because you know what I'm saying? It was a good win because you had what you had in front of you. But the more would have been just make it look more efficient and be more comfortable with yourself.
Yeah. Salute to Shower and Tate. I see y'all in the building. Salute to y'all for pulling up. Kano say Ramirez was looking for the jab to throw his hook over though, so I get why he ain't jab a lot. Yeah.
Don't be there when you throw the jab. Throw your jab and don't be there. You had the footwork, you had the movement. So if that's the case, throw the jab and don't be there because you know that's what he's going to do. His feet are set. As soon as you throw the jab, his feet is going to get set. He's going to wind up and throw. Boom, don't be there. Master. Be the master. That's what I'm saying.
What I'm gonna ask y'all this, but I'm gonna say this before I go to my next question. I feel everything that y'all are saying today. I felt everything that was being said on the Beltway yesterday. my only problem with Devin Haney and his performance is I'm gonna be honest, bro. I don't know what Devin Haney I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm gonna get the boxing Devin Haney. I don't know if I'm gonna get the step to you Devin Haney. And you know what I'm saying? I like that's really my only problem with Dev. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess he kind of fought down to his competition in this fight with Ramirez. I mean, I get it. Yeah, I appreciate you for if it's past your bedtime, bro, you got to dip out. I appreciate you for coming through and sharing the video. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but that's really my only problem with Devin. This fight was it was just underwhelming, bro. Like it didn't live up to the hype. I'm gonna ask y'all this though. Now, in the same token, and I definitely want to point out some of the double standards in boxing. We seen Shakur Stevenson kind of have a shaky performance against you know, Dolo Santos, you know, a couple fights ago, and he got labeled as a boring fighter, um, you know, a track star, a runner. You know, kind of what some of the critics are saying about Devin. You know, I'll ask you, fella, who do you think had a better quote unquote, you know, low performance in your eyes? I mean, do you think Shakur boxed De Los Santos better versus Devin boxing Ramirez?
For one, I don't think they should be compared
Okay, why you say that?
because there was a reason why Shakur fought the way he did against De Los Santos. For one, he was injured. He was fighting with legitimately with one hand for the duration of the fight. And two, De Los Santos, we can debate this, anybody in the chat, but in my opinion, De Los Santos was a more dangerous puncher than Jose Ramirez ever was. So,
yeah,
with those 2 points right there, I don't think they're comparable. But
well,
if I was to ask,
I mean,
like if I was to answer, Shakur being one-handed had the better performance.
Well, the only reason why I brought that question to the panel is because I see a lot of similarities and comparisons in the criticism with both performances, and both guys stylistically kind of fought the same way. I mean, minus Shakur having one hand. That's why I brought the question.
No, I feel you. No, I feel
Yeah.
you. And I've been hearing those same, like, you ain't the first person I've heard this comparison with regards to Devin Shakur, but I don't think it's fair. Because what if Shakur did have two hands? Would the fight look the same way? I believe it wouldn't have. I believe it would have looked different, a tad bit different if Shakur had two hands. But but in this case, Dev had both hands. There was no injuries that we knew of, or pre-existing injuries that we knew of that he took place during the fight. You had a guy in Jose Ramirez, in my opinion, that was past his prime, weathered, right for the picking, knew at the weight as well. Because it's not like you were dealing with a perennial 147 pounder that been there, that has some type of advantage. A guy that looked lackluster and listless in his last performance against Arnold Barbosa, and he came into this performance looking listless and lackluster again. Wasn't throwing his hands with any type of regularity. And the man, but with all that being said, that's why I expected more offensive production, even though the defense was masterful, but the offense was damn near atrocious because there was a lack there of it.
Right.
So that's why I have to give the nod to Shakur.
Okay.
I believe with both hands ready to go, it would have been a more interesting fight. And we would have saw the regular Shakur who likes to operate inside the pocket instead of being on his bike.
So one of the brothers, DB Lock Express say Shakur's best performances versus Devin's best. That's a good question, bro. I think when you really line up the film and the resume, I think Dev probably has more accolades as far as with the resume, of course, because he was undisputed, defended it twice, fought Loma. But when you look at Shakur's performances, Shakur actually knocked out and stopped a champion, right? Devin has never done that. You know what I'm saying? So, that is something that you got to take into consideration. Shakur had a great performance against Valdez. He had a great performance against the what's the Asian guy's name? All fella, if you remember him. I can't remember his name.
Asian guy.
Yeah. I
I
ain't got.
was gonna say Jamel Herring. He looked good against Jamel Herring.
Okay, but yeah, answer that. Like, who do you think had the best performances? Like Shakur's best versus Devin's best. Who do you think had the better two performances?
Yeah, that's a tough
Then I go
question.
to KG.
It's a very tough question. I mean, we gotta put some respect on the Conceição win, even though he failed to make weight, but the way he dealt with Conceição, look how Conceição still up on top. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's definitely a credible win. But I think with Dev, his best wins, I would say right now in hindsight, who's about to fight, I think, coming up this Saturday in a title eliminator is Zairul Abdullayev. That was, I believe Dev's last knockout. And he put Abdullayev to sleep. Abdullayev only has that one loss to Dev and is back in title contentions at 135. So that's, in hindsight, a very good win. A win that was done spectacularly too. And I would I would have to say the first fight against Kambosos, where that was boxing. That was masterful boxing. So masterful, the whole crowd, the whole 40,000 people in that Australian stadium, it turned into a chapel in there. It was quiet. So I think in hindsight, I think maybe Dev has a marginally better, the two better fights, the two better fights that might have more on the table as well, with regards to being it was undisputed and with the Kambosos fight. So yeah, I'm gonna give the slight edge to Dev, but that's a tough question.
Yeah, no, that's a damn good question, man. And then, I don't know who this GT Parker dude is. You saying excuses, bro? Ain't nobody making no excuses, my guy. We literally up in here pointing out all of the flaws. You know what I'm saying? And the double standards in this shit. So ain't nobody making no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you just coming in late. But KG, I'm gonna come to you. Salute to the homie ATX. Who do you think have the better performances? Like, if you rate Shakur's best versus Devin's best, what's your take on that?
Oh no, it's like it's like what you want to see. You know what I'm saying? Because people say Shakur is boring, but I've seen Shakur get in and find something that works and is able to do the same thing for 36 minutes and be content with doing it. You know what I'm saying? I know the fans don't like it. And that's where I started blaming his opponent. When everybody started calling him boring, I'm like, well, your job is, if you've been training for the last 8 weeks, you're supposed to be able to have something in the toolbox to stop him from doing what he's doing. But if you can't stop him from doing what he's doing, he's content doing that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like tunnel vision. I get tunnel vision, and that's all I see. So if that's what Shakur is going to produce, I'm not looking for him to knock nobody out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for him to beat nobody up. But in certain cases, when he has guys that he's able to get off on, you'll see him let his hands go. But there's always a conflict at the end, because he may put himself in a position that he hurts his hands. So he reserves himself. So that's not necessarily, you know what I'm saying, appetizing to the eye. But on the flip with Dev, you don't know if you're gonna get a boxer with Dev or a guy that's gonna try to fight. You know what I'm saying? But you know you're gonna get somebody that's, you know what I'm saying, that's capable of doing both. But at the same time, does he know when to do both? Does the corner know when to tell him to do both? So he has good fights, but you don't know who's going to show up, you know what I'm saying, potentially in these fights. Like, for instance, the fight that didn't happen. Any round that he didn't get knocked down in, he was arguably outboxing. And I believe he wouldn't have got knocked down again if he had just stayed to boxing. You know what I'm saying? The mental lapses, like our fella said, defensive lapses, I think the lapses come in and you choose to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I think Dev, in his case, he's put himself in tougher fights than he should have in certain cases. So they've been good fights, but I think with Dev being tall, long, rangy, fast, great jab, it's just, I think he has to start playing chess more versus, you know what I'm saying, checkers. And I think that's, you know what I'm saying, that's what's being delivered. It's not really chess, because it'll be chess moves, but they will be in a checker manner. I'm gonna use this pawn just to jump this, not really realizing that you jump something now, you put them in position for a knight to be took, you know what I'm saying, to take something else. So I don't know. You got to make the transition. Dev falls into the same fold as Boots in certain cases. Whatever he did in a fight and people criticize him about it, it seemed like then they'll just be fixated on fixing that criticism, and then that's what you'll see a lot. Like, for instance, in the Jose Ramirez fight, when Jose wasn't even throwing anything, wasn't feigned or anything, Dev had that right hand glued to his face. Anytime anything looked like a left hand was coming, you seen that, right? You know what I'm saying? So you can see that, but certain things you ain't got to show it. Just, you know what I'm saying? Just get comfortable and just allow that to flow into what your style is. Be the master, be the dude that you can be the fighter and boxer at the same time. But I just think Dev has put himself in tougher fights because of not making like the proper adjustments when it comes to having the upper hand on his opponent. So they both had good fights, but like I said, Shakur is gonna give you what he gives you. As soon as he finds a niche, find a niche in the fight that he knows can work it, he's just gonna work that and be content with it. Dev, on the other hand, he gets caught in the mix sometimes, trying to either play to the crowd, play to himself, or like I said, he got the dog in him, but it's just certain times you got to know when to let him out. You got to know. And if you don't know when to let him out, you're going to get clipped, and you're going to, you know what I'm saying, it's going to look a certain way based off your criticism. And like I said, I'm going to say this. I love Bill Haney, and I love that he's a great father. He's in his son's life. But I believe if Bill wasn't in the picture, like for whatever reason, I don't think Dev will get as much criticism that he gets. You know what I'm saying? So this is no slight to Bill, but if Bill wasn't so much into the picture, I believe Dev wouldn't get as much criticism. A lot of the criticism, I think a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, is being fueled. And like I said, they call Dev the villain. I don't think Dev is the villain. Dev is the son of the villain. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. Dev is a damn great fighter. He can be one of the best. But like I said, the criticism, the changing of this and changing of that. So it's just it's a mixture of things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's all.
Look, man, I'm gonna say this, man. I think the jury is still out on that because they still got a whole lot more boxing left in them. When you look at Shakur, his last performance was pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? He got a knockout. He haven't got a knockout in a while. and the Asian dude I was talking about was Yoshino. I had to pull him up. I couldn't remember his name. But
yeah. At lightweight. That was his first fight
Yeah,
at lightweight, right?
yeah. When he came up, and that's when all the buzz was around these two. Salute to the homie Jordan Smith. Salute to my boy Joe. He say, Jordan say, Devin has no inside game. Shakur is levels above Devin. Oh man, that's a bold statement, my boy. I don't know though. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, man, because I think Dev showed a decent inside game against Loma. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I think Dev got a pretty good inside game, depending on the style who he fighting. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna see what happen. I think Shakur, if Shakur should take advantage of the situation, being compared to his peers, his contemporaries, his rivals, his ops, whatever you want to call them. He got a chance to take advantage of the situation, because he's fighting a style in Cepeda, where we know Cepeda is gonna come forward and Cepeda is gonna throw punches. So that could play right into his hands. You know what I'm saying? So I think if Shakur comes in there, he's healthy, his hands are good, and his hands hold up in a fight. You know what I'm saying? He could definitely style on Cepeda. Okay, we gonna see what happened though. I'm gonna ask y'all this. I got a couple more questions, and we're gonna get up out of here. Why do you think people in our community, I'm not speaking on mainstream, I'm speaking on people in our community, people that's in our chats and channels we like to watch. Why do you think people in our community are so anti-Monster Inoue? I want to hear what the four correspondent got to say on this one. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna come to you next, K. What you got on that? Why do you think people are so anti-Monster Inoue in our community?
Because he ain't black. For one.
So if
two,
hold on. So if we took Monster Inoue's skill set and let's say we put him into a Cool Boy Steph, do you think Cool Boy Steph will be the best thing coming down Martin Luther King Boulevard?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay.
We all know it, man. There's a little tribalism going on with this situation where certain folks in the community ain't really feeling a new way. There might be a tinge of slight ignorance of not realizing that there's great boxers all over the world. There's other schools of boxing that are now rising to prominence, and one of those schools of boxing is the Japanese school of boxing.
Okay, so the homie say real quick, he say Inoue is good, but he haven't faced punches outside of Donaire. It's just his competition for me. So so can you add on to your cook for me? Is it the competition? Is that a problem?
No, I don't believe it's that much of a problem. It's just the fact that where he dwells, there's not a lot of Black American talent. Let's be real. A lot of those, what we call the booger weights and whatnot. If you look at the rankings, most of those guys are from Asian descent. Japan, the Philippines, they're dominating those weight classes. If you look at a lot of the champions, and you see them in the US 6 pick'ems. I mean, bunch of Japanese champions making the US 6 pick'ems, and we don't know who they are, but now we starting to realize, yo, they out there fighting. There is a school of Japanese boxing. There is a system, and we're not putting a lot of folks ain't putting respect on that. A lot of folks are still saying that Inoue is hiding in Japan. He need to be over here fighting more. See, this is what happens when Inoue comes to the States. He gets knocked down. So he need to be over here to fight more world-class opposition. But at the same time, that's when you look at the rankings and when you look at who's around them, a lot of those guys are over there. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't think it's that much of his competition. He's doing what he does. He look how he did with Cool Boy Steph. Cool Boy Steph ain't making no excuses when it comes to that fight. He's accepted that L,
right,
and returned and recovered from that beautifully. He's back to being a two-time, or maybe three-time world champion. So there's still work. I think Inoue is definitely still a pound for pound talent. He's number 3 on my list currently, but there's still work to be done. There's still work to be done. Like when he fights MJ, that's a formidable fight, and when he fights Juntao Nakatani in Japan, that's a mega fight. Another product of the Japanese school of boxing. So we got to put respect on that system, and stop being so tribalistic in the sense that if he ain't FBA, he ain't got no skills.
Well said, man. I mean, I feel what you're saying. I just want the truth. You know what I'm saying? I feel you, bro. But yeah, that competition, yeah, bro. Nah, homie, I can't rock with that one, bro. Cool Boy Steph fought Donnell twice. You know what I'm saying? Fought the dude that beat MJ, fought Louis Neary. You know what I'm saying? And you finna fight MJ in your very next fight, and you giving guys like Cardenas, who is rough and tough, Mexican American, out of San Antonio, Texas, worked his way up, fought on all of the local cards, got a ranking in the WBA. You know what I'm saying? You gave this dude an opportunity, man. You know what I'm saying? And now he gonna be on the map. I mean, listen, just because we don't know these guys, we don't like. Listen, man. Listen over here in the Usual Suspects, bro. I kid you not, bro. We watch boxing every weekend. All of us, we watch boxing every weekend, bro. And sometimes we gonna not catch everything. Nobody knew about this dude. This dude lives in Texas, and I didn't know about him. But that dude was a decent opponent. I'm not saying, he was a Cool Boy Steph or he was a, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, bro, he was a decent opponent. And it showed in the ring. And guess what? Based off that, just off him knocking down Monster Inoue, bro, he's going to get another opportunity. You know what I'm saying? KG, I'm gonna come to you, man. Why do you think people in our community are so anti Monster Inoue, bro? What's your thoughts on that?
Because he and another cat from another country doing it. Nobody would care so much, Five, if those 32 wins was 32 wins and 3 knockouts. Nobody would care. But he's putting everybody on T-shirts. So that's a monster in Japan. They don't have a heavyweight. They don't have a light heavyweight. They don't have a welterweight. They don't have a cruiserweight. They got a booger weight, like you said. You know what I'm saying? And they've watched this monster grow from 108 pounds up to 122. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel some way about it, put your big boy pants on and go over there and take his ball from him. Why I gotta go to Japan? Because he's fighting in front of a lot of people that damn support him. He's the hometown favorite. Ain't that what A-Side is? You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to come out of my country. You know what I'm saying? We've had fighters based on their management and promotional situations. They didn't leave a coast. You know what I'm saying? Certain cats never left a state at a certain point because they put themselves in a position to be that. So if he's put himself in to be in position to do that in a weight class where we don't know majority of these guys, it's 22, almost 2,500, you know what I'm saying, guys in his division. And we only know a handful of them. You know what I'm saying? So, and the ones that are the ones that are black, they ain't moving no needle in that weight class right now. Either they skip past it and go up. You know what I'm saying? Or they go down, or they say, "No, what? This ain't for me." Because, like I said, bro. I don't think no grown man should be walking around 122 pounds. So at the same time, if he only had 3 knockouts, nobody would even be talking about him. Nobody would care. Nobody would even care, right? I mean, 5. Not us, not them, or the other motherfuckers. Nobody would even care. It's the fact that he is damn cornered the division, and people are like, well, won't he go up? Why do I need to go up? I've already gone up from this division, this division, this division. So that's what, 4 times already gone up? You know what I'm saying? So if I do go up, let me make that decision. But in the meantime, I'm going to hold down these belts and I'm going to keep defending them. The thing we should be then discussing, bro, you comfortable paying these sanctioning fees every time? You kicking up a lot of bread. You know what I'm saying? So
you can afford it, I guess.
Hey, so knock yourself out, bro. Knock yourself out. If you feel somewhere about it, put your big boy pants on and go take his ball from him. That's the way you do it. Like I said, I've said this shit to any fighter that's listening. You treat every fight as on a way damn game. You kill what you eat. You show up, you go, you dare to be great. That's what Dev did, right? He dared to be great. He went to Australia. He took less money. Went over there and took it. He went over there and silenced 30,000 people, 40,000 people. All right, somebody in the 122-pound division, take your ass over there and go silence 70,000 people. Take his ball from him and bring it back. And make him have a rematch and have to come out of there and try to get it back. I thought this was, you know what I'm saying? Hey, A-Side. I got the objective. I got the advantage. It's my call. Who are you to tell me I got to fight outside of my country when people love me here? You know what I'm saying? They love me here. Why do I have to fight anywhere else?
Let me read some of these comments, man, and I'm gonna give my cook on it. I'm gonna say this real quick though. Jay Good say he can always come up like Pacquiao, as they love to compare him to. Come on, man. We all know Pacquiao got them steroid allegations on his resume, bro. Don't Jay Good, don't play that game, man. We all know that. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd highlighted this, bro. Terrence Bud Crawford just highlighted this in the podcast with the MMA dudes, bro. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, me, myself, personally, if a Monster Inoue does keep winning and he does keep dominating boxing in the lower level weight divisions, I would like to see him come up probably max out at 126, 130. If Tank Davis could come down to 130 and fight him, that's cool. If he can get a guy like Shushu in the ring, if he can get a guy like Raymond Ford or Oshaki or a Navarrete. You know what I'm saying? I think all that is good for him. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I don't think he gonna pull a Pacquiao, man. We all know Pacquiao got the PED. Allegedly, he got the PEDs. You know, with the trainer, with the strength and conditioning guy, Alex Ariza, tied to him. You know what I'm saying? We just heard Crawford say it, and Floyd Mayweather made it his business to let everybody know Pacquiao didn't want to take no drug test. That was like a whole thing, you know, 15 years ago, 10 years ago, 12 years ago, however long it's been. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm gonna say this too. I don't compare Inoue to Pacquiao. Yeah. I don't compare them to. I don't think he's nothing like Pacquiao. People got to understand. For me, Pacquiao made his bones in America. Pacquiao didn't have the hometown home crowd support like a Monster Inoue had, bro. That's the difference. Monster Inoue don't have to come to America. He came to America to appease the American fans and show y'all I ain't gotta always be in Japan. I can come over here and do the same shit. And he did that. Pacquiao couldn't go and come up in the Philippines. He had to come to America, bro. Pacquiao wasn't shit in his city until he came to America and made it. Then he went back to the Philippines and he was the man. When you talking about fights in the Philippines, we talking about local, regional fights, and of course the infamous Thriller in Manila. That's it. We can't look up no legendary fights that Pacquiao put 100,000 people in the Philippines or 80,000, 60,000. Monster Inoue doing that, bro. So in my estimation, he's nothing like Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? On both sides. And honestly, I think Pacquiao, you know, he came up in the era, bro, where it wasn't streaming neither. Like Pacquiao came up in that real pay-per-view era before the Fire Sticks, before the apps, before the streaming services. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, Monster Inoue kind of getting his a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me see.
Can I address please, can I address D Block?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go do your
Um,
thing, bro. You know you got it.
Inoue receiving fame and glory. Why shouldn't he be receiving the fame and glory? I agree with you. Tank kills Inoue, but they're at two different weight classes. But the fact is that Inoue is receiving fame and glory is because once again he played that Warrior song we saw and heard on Sunday night. And then two, he's doing what Tank doesn't do. He collects belts and defends undisputed.
Talk to him.
Every division he goes up to, he belt collects. While Tank just holds a Reggie belt and gets elevated. He doesn't fight he doesn't fight unifications. Only when it's convenient.
Hold on, ain't Tank an email champion right now? Didn't he get an email because of Devin Haney?
Right. He was a Reggie belt holder and he got elevated. He emailed just the same. And he's satisfied with that. Inoue doesn't get satisfied with just being on email elevated Reggie belt champion. He wants all the trinkets and all the belts. He wants that Ring Magazine belt on top of it. That's why he gets the fame and the glory.
Oh, and by the way, too, he beat the man that beat MJ in Tapolis, and he's finna fight MJ. And another thing about Monster Inoue, bro, he don't be playing all these bitch ass A-side games, bro. He tell you what it is, and he say, let's get it. And obviously, them dudes is obliging to what he want to do. He not when even bro, I seen the clip. Even when they asked him about the Nakatani fight, bro, he said, let's do it. Yeah, we can fight next year in May. Yeah. Once I fight MJ, yeah, we can get that beginning of 2026, bro. When you ask Tank Davis about fighting his contemporaries, you know, the other guys in the division who he has not fought yet, you know, Monster Inoue cleaned out his division. Both of them. 118 and 122. He cleaned out both those divisions. 2-time undisputed. He not getting in front of that camera, bro, and telling and saying, what has this guy done? Oh, he ain't done nothing. Nakatani ain't done nothing. MJ ain't done nothing. Donaire ain't done nothing. Cool Boy ain't done. He don't play them games, bro. That's why he gets the fame and the glory, bro. That's why Two-Face Tuesday, we talking about the double standards in boxing. This is the whole point of Two-Face Tuesday, bro. Because you got one side of this shit, one face, and you got the other side, brother. And like I say, it ain't no hate. Because once again, Tank had he another one who had a shaky performance in his last fight. A lot of people say Tank lost that fight, bro. So Tank gotta get it back in blood, like people like to say. That's what the fans like to say. You gotta get it back in blood. Just don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't wear no braids and no hair grease, bro, and I think you'll be all right. Monster Inoue don't have that problem. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Shaw would say Neary knocked his ass down over there. Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. I told people Sunday, I say, man, this dude fuck around and give Monster Inoue a tough fight. I said that. You know what I'm saying? I was just off in my rounds. You know what I'm saying? But you know, Monster Inoue did his thing. Okay, that's the comment our fella was talking about. Nah, I was watching it, bro. I missed it. I ain't see Halliburton played it. Who won the game? Did Indiana win? Shaw would say, nope, I don't like Nakatani going up fighting him right off. I mean, well, hey, that's what they want to do, man. That's the big fight to make. That's the big fight to make over there in the Japanese boxing community. They not playing no pussy ass games. They not waiting around. We don't have to wait 3, 4, 5 years for this shit to happen. Nakatani became a champion. Inoue pulled up on him at the event they was in. He sized him up. He said, "Let's get it." The reporter asked him about it Sunday. He said we can make it happen next year. It's just that simple. You're not playing all them games over there. How do we know Inoue doesn't? She say, how do we know Inoue doesn't mostly fighting over there? What you trying to say? How do we know Inoue doesn't mostly fight? I mean, most of his fights were in Japan, if that's what you're saying. Most of his fights were in Japan, but he has come to America. And that's what we was trying to explain to Cadillac Red Friday. He has came to America. I think this is his second time coming to America. But again, he does not have to come to America because he probably makes more money fighting in Japan because he's selling out in Superdomes and arenas and shit over there. But it was a nice amount of people up in that T-Mobile Arena. It was more packed than what I thought it was gonna be. Shawa says they wasn't giving Rais Alim a chance when he was trying to fight folks like Casamayor.
Rais Alim dropped the ball, Shawa.
Yeah, didn't he lose? He lost.
Yeah, he lost the Australian boy, Sam Goodman.
Yeah.
So pump the brakes right there.
yeah. I think Aleem lost, but Aleem looked good too, man. Aleem looked good. on their undercard. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying. I think they fishing for some more opponents in them lower level weights, man. But I like Aleem, but Aleem did lose. You know what I'm saying? He did lose, but I like Aleem. I want to see my man's get him an opportunity for sure. Last second 3 off his own rebound to win by 1. Shit was crazy. Yeah, man. But they say Halliburton is overrated though. Salute to Indiana. Salute to Indiana, man. I was trying to watch the game, but I'm doing the show at the same time, so I'm looking back at the TV. I ain't get to see that play. I'm gonna have to watch the replay. But yeah, for me though, like I say, man, I think a lot of people don't really like Monster Inoue in our community, bro. I think KG and R. Phillip pointed out some great facts. A lot of stuff they were saying was facts. I think the main reason why a lot of people don't like Monster Inoue, I think I don't necessarily even think it's about the weight, because I see people registering with guys at the lower level weights, like a Cool Boy Steph, like a Figueroa, like a Gary Russell Jr., Mr. Gary Russell Jr., like a Shoo. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people do register with the lower level weight guys. Even myself and Bam Bam Rodriguez, you know what I'm saying? We register with those lower level weights. But at those weight classes, I think it's more so about what you like and what you don't like. Now, me myself personally, I think Monster Inoue can do a little bit of everything. I think Monster Inoue can box. I think a Monster Inoue can bang. I think he can be entertaining, and I think he can win the decision. You know what I'm saying? I've seen him do it all. I just think that a lot of people don't register with him because, for one, he's not black. He's not Mexican. And he's coming from Japan. He's coming from Asia. So I think a lot of people don't register with him. And that's just my honest opinion, because I feel like if Monster Inoue skill set was in a Shoo or was in Cool Boy Steph or was in a Brandon Figueroa or Bam Bam Rodriguez or Mr. Gary Russell, I think he would be the best thing walking around here in America. Yeah. He would be the best thing since sliced bread. You understand me? So that's my only my only two-faced double standard when it comes to Monster Inoue. If Monster Inoue was black and he was in your region or in your area, you would love Monster Inoue. If he was Latino and he was in your area or your region or somewhere close, somewhere in America, you would love him. And that's just my honest perspective on the situation. Yeah. So it is what it is, man. Real quick before we get up out of here, I want to ask y'all, do y'all think Devin Haney is gonna stay at the quote unquote Devin Haney weight, which is 144? Because he made up his own weight class with this 144 shit. Or do y'all see Devin Haney moving up to 147? KG, what's your thoughts on that, man? Do you want to see Devin stay at the Devin Haney weight or go down to 40, fight at 47? What you want to see from Dev, man? What you think Dev gonna do?
Honestly, I kind of want him to stay at Devin Haney weight, because I'm kind of fearful at 47, the full 47, because those guys gonna throw punches. You know what I'm saying? And some of the punches that Jose Ramirez landed, I can see the look on his face before they landed and then after they landed. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. And I don't know who he can up from 40 or bring down from 47 to continue to stay at the Devin Haney weight. I don't know. So Listen to your body, but if it's anything that's consistent of going up to 47, the full 47, you know what I'm saying? Actually the landscape. Actually start casing these fighters, pull up on their fights and actually watch them. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna have to be the best version of you, because we argued about the 47-pound division and 54-pound division, and 47 is still scary. So, yeah, you're gonna have to lock in on all aspects, all four corners. So, but yeah, that's all I got, man. I can't really say too much. I don't know.
Okay, that's cool. What you got on that, Art? You want to see him stay at the Devin Haney weight of 144, or you want to see him go to 47 or go back down to 40, man?
Definitely not go back down to 140. 144 is cool, but through my understanding, this was just a tune-up type halfway acclimation. 144 really and truly is welterweight. Once you pass the 140 threshold, whether you 140.5, that's a welterweight. So let's not play the schematics game or the semantics game with this one. With that being said, he should go next to welterweight, the 147. Add on a couple more pounds, the 2 pounds or whatever, 146. And I think there's options. I think there's the in and around welterweight to 147 to 140. It's all scary, but I think Devin definitely has the fortitude to deal with the scariness of the boxing landscape, and specifically at 147. You see he's conveniently number one for the WBC. I've been campaigning and saying that Devin Haney shouldn't be looking towards a Ryan Garcia fight or rematch, putting additional bags in this boy's pocket. But what he should be doing is targeting the WBC champion who's been in hiding, Marios Barrios, and now has come out and reports have surfaced that he's fighting egregiously Manny Pacquiao in his elder stateship. If I'm Devin Haney, if I'm Team Haney, issuing a letter to the WBC, you know what I mean, to try to put a stop to the fight, to try to institute Dev's mandatory, because I think definitely Haney Barrios is an intriguing fight and a most definitely a winnable fight for Devin Haney at 147. So utilize that opportunity, utilize that chip that you got. You also got over there that's I believe a Reggie Belt champion, if you want to go that route, Rolly Romero. They both Vegas fighters. Me and KG was talking about this behind the scenes I think it was yesterday or a couple days ago. That shit would look right on the Canelo Bud undercard. 2 Vegas boys getting it on for that Reggie belt. So I think there's options, definitely some great options at 147 for Dev, and that's where he should look to be make his home at, not at no Dev weight at 144.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Salute to the homie Big Drew Titan and Shaba. We never said you didn't like foreign fighters. We just posing a question and asking, you know what I'm saying, and getting everybody thoughts. That's it. That's all. We never said you didn't not like foreign fighters. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely like them Frenchmen's. You know what I'm saying? yeah. Now we
Cut it out, man.
It's cool. It's cool. It's cool, Queen. It's cool to cape for Raiz. I mean, but there ain't no capes over here in the north. I mean, I stay warm without the cape.
Yeah. She say Raiz called him out before he lost though. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Listen, man. I think Raiz still got a chance to get a title shot. He just won his fight. It was a good fight. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Raiz do his thing. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely pulling for him. You know what I'm saying? You say you like him all? Okay. We gonna see. Salute, Big Drew. I see you in the building, bro. Yeah, man. I agree with all Philly though, man. I want to see Dev at 147, man. Don't get out here and do this Devin Haney weight shit, 144, and he's stuck in between 140 and 140. Man, go up there and go get that belt, man. What the fuck is we talking about, man? Go out here and show these boys that you still like that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, it's a lot of good fights at 147, man. 147 has got interesting. It's a lot of good names at that weight now. You got Rolly right there. Teofimo looking like he about to make the jump to 147. He steady calling for boots. It's a bunch of good fights, man. You could fight Teofimo. You could fight Rolly. I don't really like the Rolly fight for you though, but I could definitely see you fighting Rolly. Barrios, like I say, Brian Norman. That Brian Norman fight would be crazy. Now, if you really want to let your nuts drop, that Brian Norman fight, I know people is talking about the boost in his fight. That's cool too, you know. But yeah, man, 147 is the way for you, bro. If you know you're not gonna go back down to 140 and fight, you know, guys like Hitchensons and the Gary Antoine Russells and the Pueyos and the Matias's, man. Yeah, go to 147, man. This is how you became who you became, bro. Going in the trap and taking over the trap. You know what I'm saying? Getting your seat at the table and taking over the throne. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see from Devin Haney. One, and this is one thing I want to take away from tonight's show, bro. One bad performance in boxing don't make you or break you, bro. You know what I'm saying? One bad performance in anything don't make you or break you. You know what I'm saying? We see a lot of bad performances and hiccups and mistakes along the way in this shit, bro. That one little shaky performance don't make you or break you, bro. You still got the win. Ryan lost. Ryan fucked up the bag. We don't know if you're gonna fight Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? So go out there and go get your other bag. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, if it's Rolly, if it's T.O., if it's Barrios, you know what I'm saying? At least get you one more fight this year. At least one more fight this year. I don't think you should not go the rest of this year without fighting again. Give us one more fight. You know what I'm saying? Come back, you know, September, October, whenever it is, Turkey was having y'all come back around that time, man. Yeah, if it's not Barrios, you know what I'm saying? You got plenty of options. It's plenty of money out here. It's plenty of opportunities out here. That one bad performance don't make you, it don't break you. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Two-Face Tuesday, man. Usual Suspect 6, man. I had my brothers in here with me tonight, man. All fella KG, man. I think we definitely hit on some great topics. We definitely gonna do this more because I definitely do want to talk more about the double standards in boxing. If I missed anybody, hold it to my head, not my heart. I see my boy Eric Jordan in the building. I appreciate you for coming through, man. If you missed the show, we definitely gonna go back and clip up some of the great points in the show. You know what I'm saying? Y'all will see the clips up probably tomorrow or Thursday. You know what I'm saying? So be on the lookout for that. And be on the lookout tomorrow, man. Hopefully we do bullshit on the Beltway. If not, we'll try to get Jam Jamboree or something up in here tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? KG, man, let me get your last words, brother.
Per the usual, man. It's been another good one, man. Shout out to the chat for tapping in. saying your comments, your gripes, your complaints, grievances, however you want to say it. But it was much appreciative. Shout out to Five for putting Two-Face Tuesday together so we can point out it's cool when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you for doing that. And there's a lot of other double standards in boxing. A lot not race related, but it's just them, you know what I'm saying, the way the cookie crumbles based off of how you came into boxing, where your status is currently, and where your promotional or management sees your trajectory going. So, but most likely you see us bullshit on the Beltway tomorrow. Y'all tap in, man. And until next time.
Yes. My bad. Appreciate that, KG, for always supporting, pulling up, man. Y'all be sure to check us out on the Beltway Friday, Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? And if you didn't watch yesterday's show, be sure to go check that out. All fella, man, go ahead and give us your last, man, and close us out, bro.
Indeed. Dope show. I mean, a necessary show. So yeah, salute to you, Five, for that. Most definitely. Salute to everybody up in the chat for voicing and typing their opinion as well. Everybody's opinion is valid, especially the Queen Shower. I mean, there ain't no need to hush, especially when I believe you got another big interview coming up with Keith Cologne. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Shawala Yah right here on YouTube. You know what I mean? Because yeah, the sister's doing some definitely some great work. But yeah, once again, salute to the usual suspects. Make sure y'all tap in the usualsuspect6.com. We've added some boxing news up on there as well. You can check the latest leaderboards for the US 6 fight pool. If you're in the fight pool, I am holding the crystal ball right now. Yes, indeed. You know what I mean? So salute to myself. Once again, anybody that wants to get in this fight pool pick'em league, we are starting to back up. Season 2 will commence this coming July. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Get your 50-50 tickets. This Friday, we will be announcing the winner on Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. Once again, half the money goes to the winner. The other half goes to the LDBC meet and greet. So let's continue to support that. Cash App, $ usual 50-50. But y'all know what it is. It's your favorite yet your most hated R fella. So once again, salute to the chat. Salute to the usual suspect 6. And I'm Gizon.
Yeah, man. Be sure, man. Y'all tap in, man. We got a lot of things going. Find a boxer, man. 50-50 draw, man. US 6 fight pool, man. The chat definitely be popping. Season 2 coming. Salute to our fella holding that #1 spot down. He definitely got the crystal in his hands. You understand me? Salute to Cadillac Red too, man. My boy Red then came back up, took the #2 spot from me, man. I dropped down to #3. It's all glove though, man. And salute to my boy Kano. Salute to Kano. Salute to Act, man. Them boys making some mean comebacks, man. It's finna get real interesting. It's finna get real interesting in these next couple of weeks, man. You know what I'm talking about? Between May and in June, yeah, it's finna get real interesting. So salute to everybody participating in the fight pool, man. Be sure to go get your tickets, 50-50 draw. Go get your boxes, find a boxer, man. And on that note, man, we gone. Deuces.
Y'all know what it is. It's the usual suspect 6 50-50 draw. Buy your tickets now for your chance at winning half the pot. Cash App, $ usual 50-50. Tickets on sale for $10 for 1, $20 for 3 tickets, and $50 for 10 tickets. Put your desired amount, name or alias, as well as your email address, and your tickets will be sent. We announce the winning ticket numbers every other Friday on Supreme Beats Boxing Talk Bullshit on the Beltway, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Remaining proceeds will go directly to the LBBC meet and greet in Las Vegas. Shout out to the LBBC, and remember,
It's a usual suspect.